Good day, everyone. This is Dr. Kaveh Lahyun coming to you guys live with another fantastic interview. I am absolutely honored to have Abazar Habibinia here with us. He is quite accomplished nutritionist, which he's going to go through his credentials. We are grateful that he gave us some of his time. Please, on our podcast, Wellness Influencers, make sure to share, give us a thumbs up, give us a 5-star, let us spread the wellness world around, and hopefully we can achieve what we have aimed to, and that's basically increasing awareness of health and wellness. Dr. Habibinia, floor is yours. Please give us an introduction and let us know where you are and what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Dr. Elahian, for having me for this interview. My name is Abazar Habibinia. Actually, I have an MD degree originally from Iran. I got my MD degree back to 1994. But before that, actually, I was a professional weightlifter for 7 years. I used to compete at the highest level. And even I broke my left elbow when I was about to break the Asian record, but I broke my left elbow. Then after that, basically, I got into sports medicine back home, and for a long time, I was team physician for Iranian wrestling, judo, and soccer team. I have been in 2 soccer cup and 1 Olympic Games, not competing, just leading the athletes. It is almost 19 years I am in Canada, and at the moment, I am in Toronto. I'm the director, executive director and founder of the Canadian Academy of Sport Nutrition. Actually, we launched this website 5 years ago, but it took 27 months to create the content because I wanted to create a website that no one could get closer to us. And I have used my over 25 years experience. We have put them on the website. The website is giant with over 1,800 pages of information with 47 million hits. Also, I teach clinical science in Toronto in few colleges. I teach back pain, neurology, pathology, orthopedic examination, and sport injuries. And in 2014, I was the nominee to lead Brazil soccer team during the World Soccer Cup in Brazil. I have published many books in back home, 36 of them. 11 of them, basically, I have written. I'm the author. The rest I have translated from English into Persian for medical doctors. And one of my book was published in the US in 2003. It is about growth hormone and testosterone. Actually, the book is currently unavailable because I am reviewing to republish it. And here I am most of the time. Usually I spend time with my students. I'm mentoring them, tutoring them, to train them because we offer courses. And I see one-on-one client, and not only in Toronto, but also worldwide. And I'm happy, to be here today to see what kind of question you're going to have for me.
Fantastic. I mean, this time of the year, everybody has the New Year resolution of trying to live healthy and basically trying to lose weight. So let's dive into it and say, what's the most potential causes of obesity?
Okay, if we talk about obesity, Dr. Elahian, I believe if I come here 1 hour a day, we talk about obesity, we cannot finish it for the next 2 years. I always say there is a big difference between obesity medicine and weight loss. For example, like I would say there is a difference between pound and ocean. The difference between weight loss and obesity medicine is the difference between weight loss and obesity medicine. So, why obesity happens? We know a lot about obesity. On the other hand, we don't know a lot. If you check the latest medical books, at the end, they come basically to the conclusion that the name for obesity remains elusive. That means we don't know yet. There are lots of factors come into play, basically, to cause how obesity is going to happen. We know calorie is a factor, but we know for a fact that it is not the main one. This is why I always say obesity has less to do with calories, more to do with hormones. So, yeah, this is something that we know. For example, there are lots of substantial evidences that calorie is not the main factor, but we know that hormones play the key role. Basically, it is hormonal imbalances that leads to energy imbalances between the calorie intake and calorie expenditure. We have hundreds of cases that people trying to lose weight, they are taking 500 calories, 300 calories, they can't lose weight. On the other hand, we have lots of clients, they are trying to gain weight. We put them on 6,000 calories, 7,000 calories, weight doesn't go up. So in here, we know that calorie is not a factor unless we manipulate the hormones. But the biggest mystery is this: what leads to hormonal imbalances? This is something that we are working on it, and I have been invited to have a presentation at the 4th International Conference on Obesity in Hungary in I believe in September 2020, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be there to propose a new theory, what causes hormonal imbalances. The other thing that is going to affect the obesity is the genes. We know that there are over 100 genes that they basically have a role in body weight. The most important gene that has a role in controlling weight is called MC4R. This particular gene has a role in controlling appetite. And it is interesting to know that out of 1,000 people out there, one of them have a defective MC4R gene. That's why their appetite is excessively high. So one of the biggest challenge in basically managing obesity, weight loss, is appetite. The mechanism is extremely complicated. I can tell you this: there are over 22 hormones. They are involved in controlling appetite. I can name a few of them, like insulin, glucagon, cortisol, GABA, ghrelin, orexin, orexin B, CCK, carb. Most of those people, they involved in weight management, based on our experience, probably they know just 5, 6 of them. But the most important thing is how these over 20 hormones, they basically interact with each other. So my point was this: the biology of obesity is so complicated. It is not just about the calories. So many factors come into play. And we go usually case by case. We evaluate this is actually our style at the CSSA, Canadian Academy of Sport Nutrition. We go basically case by case to evaluate to see why someone has gained weight, because the reason for gaining weight for one person is going to be completely different than the other one. So the sum up of the answer for this question is going to be this: calorie is a factor, but is a minor factor. But the most important thing is hormonal imbalances that is going to lead to basically obesity.
Perfect. Now, I know body metabolism has a lot to do with how we feel, how much weight we gain or lose. What are the body metabolism and what factors affect it?
Okay, good question. Actually, this is, I get a lot that, what is body metabolism? You see, for people, body metabolism, basically for general people, body metabolism means this: whatever you eat, you have to burn. If you cannot burn, you have slow metabolism. If you are burning fast, you have fast metabolism. But in terms of science, metabolism means all the chemical reactions taking place in all cells in the body, we call it metabolism. But metabolic rate is different. Metabolic rate is the rate by which heat is liberated during those chemical reactions. So they are usually a little bit different, but usually they use, basically the same. But in general, when we say body metabolism in medicine and health, we mean basal metabolic rate. Basal metabolic rate, sometimes it is called resting metabolic rate. It is the minimum calorie that the body needs at rest to function normally. We call them basal metabolic rate. And we have actually different formulas to calculate for men and women. There are lots of factors, at least 12 factors that they can affect your basal metabolic rate, let's say your metabolism. As I said, when we say metabolism, that means basal metabolic rate. And here are a few of them. Gender and ethnicity. For example, African Americans, they have slower metabolism. Gender, men, they have better metabolism than women. Age, the best metabolism you're gonna have is around age 20, and after age 20, every 10 years, every, let's say 1 decade, your metabolism is gonna go down 2%.
Oh, wow.
And factor number 4 would be body surface area. People ask me, we keep reading body surface area, what does it mean? I give you an example, and I'm sure that our viewers, they're gonna understand very well. Imagine two people, they have the same weight, 70 kg, 70 kg. But one of them is taller. One of them is taller, one of them is shorter, but they have the same body weight. The tall person, because the tall person has more body surface area, is going to have better metabolism. Body fat. If you have more body fat, your metabolism is going to be slow. Exercise. We know exercise can affect your basically metabolism. The region you live. People live in Arctic regions. They have 15% body metabolism better than those they live in, let's say, tropical regions. Other factors would be medical conditions. For example, when you have a fever, for 1 centigrade degree fever you develop because of any disease you name, let's say common cold, flu, your metabolism is gonna go up 15%. Low function thyroid is gonna lower your metabolism. Liver disease, for example, as we know, fatty liver is very, very common. It slows down your metabolism. Kidney disease, that affects your metabolism. Stress by releasing cortisol is gonna screw the metabolism. But one major factor actually affects the metabolism, and actually people, they are not aware of it, is the long list of the medications they are taking. Actually, I have a video on YouTube. I'm not gonna go into that details, but I'm gonna mention the common medications. They mess up the metabolism. For example, medications for depression. We have actually 6-7 groups medications for depression. The most commonly prescribed group, we call them SSRI groups. Basically, those are the medications that affect the serotonin level. These group medication, they screw metabolism. If you are taking antihistamines, if you are taking corticosteroids, any sleeping pill, sedatives, birth control pills, medications for high blood pressure. My office, I would say I get lots of referral from, I have clients in my office all the way from Buffalo, Kingston, they travel from Detroit. I have clients, they travel from Detroit to see me in Toronto. When they come in here, I would say 20% of our clients, they are completely disappointed, discouraged because we hasn't gone down. They sent to me, okay, Abazar, you are the one you're going to discover why the person cannot lose weight. For example, we discovered is medication. Among medications for high blood pressure, the worst one is beta blockers. Let's say propanolol, atenolol. When someone's taking beta blocker to lose weight, most of the time they can't. Because when you are trying to lose weight, we are trying to stimulate beta receptors, but when you are taking those medications, you have blocked them already. So there's a long list of the medication. In some antibiotics, they can affect your metabolism. So there are lots of factors, as I said, can affect your basal metabolic rate. Another one would be your testosterone level. It is interesting. If your testosterone level goes down, metabolism is going to go down 15%.
Wow.
That's why we say low testosterone leads to obesity, and obesity leads to low testosterone. We can have here a sort of vicious cycle. This is very common. These are the couple of important factors that usually when someone's slow metabolism, we try to find the reasons.
Perfect. Now, this time of year, everybody is trying to lose weight fast and try to basically achieve the most they can. Now, trying to lose weight fast, Is that advisable? What do you have to say about it?
Again, good question. Again, this is something that I get a lot. As I said, at the CSSN, 40% of our clients, they are because of the weight management, 30% because of the medical condition, and 30% are elite athletes that we lead them all the way. Lots of people, they come to us, I don't know, can I lose weight fast? Usually, if someone wants to lose weight fast, we call them rapid weight loss. Sometimes it is called quick weight loss. Sometimes it is called sharp weight loss. They are the same. We have actually a definition for it. What is the rapid weight loss? Rapid weight loss, actually, I proposed the definition 10 years ago, and it's getting common in fitness and sport. If you are losing, because there was no universal agreement, what do we call rapid weight loss? So I proposed the definition 10 years ago, and it's getting there, and people basically they are referring to the CSSM that this is the definition they are using. Here's our definition. If you are losing weight 3 pounds or more in a week, we're gonna call rapid weight loss. But there is one more definition that recently we see in medical books. It wasn't there. This is a definition in medical books. If you lose 5% or more of your body weight in a month, we're gonna call rapid weight loss. I'll give you an example. Imagine there is a client, she's 200 pounds. 5% of 200 pounds is gonna be 10 pounds. So if this person loses more than 10 pounds in a month, we're gonna call rapid weight loss. That's the definition. Mm-hmm. That's the definition based on medical communities, but at the CSSM for us is gonna be if you lose more than 12 pounds, which is pretty much the same. But if it is healthy or not, sometimes we have clients, they come to us, I have to lose weight rapidly. I give you an example. Actually, I have clients, Hollywood celebrities, but because of confidentiality, we cannot mention their names unless they decided that I want to see Abazar. I remember one of them came to me a few years ago, and Abazar, I need to lose weight 20 pounds in a month. And I looked at it and I said, I'm not Jesus, I cannot do magic. Usually we do not advise, but definitely something, and she said, well, if I don't lose weight, I'm gonna lose the contract in Hollywood. So for this type of client, definitely we take aggressive approach to help them lose weight, but definitely after she got the contract, she gained it back. And here are the reasons that we do not suggest rapid weight loss. Because rapid weight loss is gonna lead to at least 7 medical consequences. I'm gonna briefly explain them here. And actually I have I believe 16 minutes video on YouTube about it. Here are the consequences of rapid weight loss. If you are trying to lose weight rapidly, the number one is this, we call them rebound. If you lose weight rapidly, you won't be able to keep it off. 80 to 90% of those people that they lose weight rapidly, they gain it back. The second consequence, you're gonna have loose skin. We call them sagging skin. Because you lose weight quickly and you don't have enough time to build muscles, you're gonna have saggy skin basically in your arms, around your belly, and then under the chin. The second medical consequence is inflammation of gallbladder. Actually, this is very common. All those people that they lose weight rapidly, they develop gallbladder inflammation. Actually, this is particularly common among those people. They go under obesity surgery. Let's say they do bypass surgery because when they do bypass surgery, they gotta lose weight very quickly. Those people, they develop gallbladder inflammation. That's why it is highly controversial among surgeons. If I am doing bypass surgery, can I remove gallbladder along with it? Yeah, some surgeons, they say, well, I don't want to travel like this, I remove your gallbladder at the same time. Another complication would be gallstone. We know the science behind. If you lose weight rapidly, 20% of those people, they basically follow a quick weight loss, unfortunately, they're gonna develop gallstone. Not right away, not next week, not in I don't know, 1 or 2 months. Definitely, you are putting a good foundation for developing gallstone, let's say a year from now. And another side effects of rapid weight loss. Rapid weight loss can induce fatty liver. Or if you have rapid fatty liver, can make it worse. Again, we know the science behind. I don't want to go basically the science about it. Hopefully, maybe one day we come back, we explain more. So rapid weight loss can induce fatty liver, and if you have fatty liver, can make it worse. I remember last year, you know, social media, especially on Facebook, ads keep popping up. On my timeline, one ad was popping up, rapid weight loss services. I ignored twice. And I told myself, if you pop up one more time, I'm gonna comment. And actually popped up. And I commented, rapid weight loss is not healthy. Please do not mislead people. One of the consequences of rapid weight loss is fatty liver. Somebody replied to my comment, I checked your profile, you have MD degree, I am surprised, where did I get this one? I am a liver surgeon from UK. Actually, I checked it, his profile, he was right, he was a liver surgeon. It was interesting, debates on Facebook lasted 2 days. Because he was commenting, I was replying, and I had to crush him at the end because I brought chapter, I gave him sources from textbook of hepatology that you have not read your own book. Yes, so yeah, exactly. So if someone has fatty liver, basically you got rapid weight loss, you may make it worse. Another consequences of rapid weight loss is that this is true for women. They may develop abnormal uterine bleeding. Mm-hmm. You know, we have a communication, we call them APO axis, HPO axis, hypothalamus, pituitary, and ovary axis. There's a communication between hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and ovaries. When you go on a rapid weight loss, you mess up this communication. We call them, you're gonna have hypothalamic, pituitary, ovary axis disruption. When this happens, quite high number of female clients, they develop abnormal uterine bleeding. That means they're gonna have problem with their monthly menstruation. The most common problem we see is the amenorrhea. That means they miss a couple of months their periods. However, sometimes even we see heavy menstruation. Yes, we see a lot. Another interesting consequence of rapid weight loss, 2 people, they have contacted me for this consequences. It's something we call it PET, patulous eustachian tube. I'm sure that our viewers, they know there is a tube about 3 centimeters, we call it eustachian tube, connects your throat to your middle ear. Usually there is a little bit fatty tissue around that tube. Usually that tube is closed most of the time. But when you are either yawning, you are swallowing, the eustachian tube is gonna open, basically to adjust the pressure in your middle ear. When you lose weight rapidly, because the fat around the eustachian tube, basically they're gonna sort of shrink, that shrinkage is gonna cause the eustachian tube to stay open most of the time, while it has to be closed most of the time. That's what those people, they complain of funny, unpleasant symptoms, fullness in their ears. They complain that I can hear my own voices louder than normal. That's why we say if you develop PET, patulous eustachian tube, you may have bucket on the head effect. Imagine you put a bucket on your head, then you try to talk. Mm-hmm. That's what happens in if you develop that. Usually 30% of those people that they develop PET, they have rapid weight loss. And another interesting, this is the last consequences that we have discovered that the cannabis production is this. 20 to 25% of those people, they go with rapid weight loss programs, they develop sleep disturbances. The mechanism we don't know yet. Either they have difficulty falling asleep or they have difficulty staying asleep. So you can see there are lots of medical consequences to it. If someone decides to go with this one, definitely they have to know that what consequences I might face, then it's definitely their choice. So to me, it is not healthy. We say you lose weight slowly. Usually the healthy way to lose weight is lose 1 to 2 pounds per week.
Perfect. Now, in journey of weight loss, most of the time you hear from patients that, doc, I have lost so much weight. Now I'm not losing anymore. I have hit this plateau. What can I do? What is your suggestion? Why does that happen? And what can we do just to get over that plateau?
Okay, you see, when you are trying to lose weight, usually this is something I always tell to our clients, that do not ever compare the way you're going to lose weight to your friends, to somebody else, because people are completely different. And this is the analogy I use to my clients, that you cannot find in the world two people with two same fingerprints. Because people, they come to us, oh, how come we follow the same meal plan? My husband lost 7 and I have lost 2, because you are two different people. However, when you are trying to lose weight, you might reach to a point that the body is not going to respond anymore. Basically, we say the scale doesn't budge anymore. And over there, this is basically a term that we use in fitness and sport. You have plateau. That means I can't lose weight anymore. Again, there was no universal agreement when we're going to call someone plateaued in weight loss. There was none until we proposed something again 6-7 years ago. It's still getting there. This was the definition we proposed, and it's getting there. If you lose weight for 3 weeks, if you cannot lose weight for 3 weeks, let's say you lost 10 pounds, then you stop for 3 weeks. You check your weight 3 weeks in a row, your weight is the same. That means you have plateaued. So if you cannot lose weight for 3 weeks or more, we're gonna call you have plateaued. Usually this definition is for those people they don't go to the gym, because not everybody goes to the gym. So for those people, they don't go to the gym, we tell, okay, if you cannot lose weight for 3 weeks, you are plateaued. But if you are going to the gym, we got to change a little bit. Your weight doesn't change, and also your body fat doesn't go down. So we can add the body fat factors on top of it, because when you exercise, this could happen that you lose weight, you replace it with muscles, right? Body fat goes down, but your weight is going to stay the same. That's why we call them, for non-gym goers, we say if you cannot lose weight for 3 weeks or more, we're going to call plateau. For those people, they exercise, they train, they go to the gym. We say if you cannot lose weight for 3 weeks and also body fat doesn't drop, then we're going to call plateau. So, but if I don't know, sometimes people, they come to me, oh, in 2 weeks, I have lost half a pound. That is not plateau for us. As long as your body is responding even 100 grams, we keep going. That means the body is still working. But imagine someone falls in the definition. I can't lose, because they refer to us people 6 months. Actually, last week we had a case here. We had traveled. They had referred to me that this person has spent $16,000 on training session, 200 sessions of training. Her weight had not changed at all.
Wow.
Yes, this is exactly the number she said. 200 session, I spent $16,000, and when you go to a gym and you don't lose weight, what happens? You complain to the management, and the only thing that the management have done, they keep changing your trainer. And for this young lady, they had changed 8 trainers. Trainer number 8 goes, well, I don't think it is with the training. Something wrong is with your body. You're gonna go to Toronto, you're gonna see this person, the only one we believe is gonna discover why you cannot lose weight. That's why when she came here, probably half a session, she was just crying, emotional, right? But why people plateau? There is actually science to plateau. Again, if someone is trying to lose weight, actually, I'm not going to details. I have developed a formula how you can calculate the percentage, the possibility of you might plateau. It's on my website. You go there, let's say you are 29 years old, your weight is this, you have this medical condition, you are male, female, put the numbers together. We using that formulation, you can tell how much you're gonna, what is the possibility that you're gonna plateau. It's on the website. But here are the reasons. So there's a science to plateau. And at least 15, 16 reasons we have for plateau. And I'm gonna mention briefly, and because if I open up discussion to every one of them, definitely we're gonna need an hour. The most common reason for plateau is this, that people, they don't follow the instruction. We call them, they fail to comply what we suggest. They don't listen. Failure to comply. They don't listen. Second reason, we call them body adaptation. The body has gotten used to same exercise routines or same foods that you were taking. For example, people keep having the same breakfast every day, same shakes, same exercise. We call it body adaptation. The third reason that you might plateau is this, that the pH level, overall pH level in the body has gone down. We call them you have acidic body. That's why at the CSSN, when someone comes to see me at the first session, I check their pH level. Usually we use the pH strips for the saliva. Because if your body is acidic, we know the reason why basically you have plateau. It is interesting, I ask clients, okay, you know, you have put slices of lime lemon in your body. Why do you do that? Oh, you're right, lots of people, they do it for flavor. No, it's not for the flavor. Because lime lemon, when you put in the water, outside the body is acidic, but when you eat it, it makes the body alkaline. It's opposite. I hope one day I'm going to come back and explain how you can make the body acidic and alkaline. So the third factor was your body has become acidic. That's why recently some gyms, they have put strips in the gyms. When someone cannot lose weight, they ask the trainer, oh, could you please check her pH level? Reason number 4, which is very common, insulin resistance. This is a very, very common that we see a lot. Insulin resistance, actually, in October, I was in the Philippines for the 3rd annual symposium in sport nutrition. I presented a 2 hours lecture about insulin resistance. People, the audience, they were completely in shock. It is so common. So this is very common that usually people with insulin resistance, here are the symptoms of them. They are hungry all the time. They crave for sweets. Blood sugar might be a little bit off the balance. The most common reason for insulin resistance, in my experience in Canada, is low vitamin D level. I have mentioned a few times, if you cannot lose weight, check your vitamin D level. If your vitamin D level is low, you're going to develop insulin resistance, then you're going to see you have difficulty losing weight. Reason number 5, leptin insensitivity. Leptin is a hormone that is released from fats. Then it's going to go to the brain and it's going to control your appetite. That's why we call it leptin is a appetite controlling hormone. There are people that they are leptin insensitive. That means when you check their blood, their leptin level is high, but the brain is not responding. We call them they are leptin insensitive. So these people, they have excessive appetites. They are suffering from hunger pangs. Usually, my experience says insulin resistance and leptin insensitivity, they come usually together. Actually, there is a supplement I'm going to mention in here, which actually I hate that product. Garcinia cambogia. Lots of, hopefully, as I said, there are lots to talk. Lots of people, they take this supplement to suppress the appetite. 90% of it, they complain. I spent 5-6 bottles. They didn't work on me. If you are not leptin sensitive, if your excessive appetite is not coming from leptin insensitivity, that product is not going to work, period. Another reason, we have imbalance among other hormones. We call them ghrelin and orexin. Ghrelin is the appetite hormone. Another reason, serotonin dysregulation. You see, in our body, we have over 100 hormones. If someone asks me, which one is the worst one? I would mention serotonin. This hormone has a role in depression, in obesity, in appetite, in mood, in sex, in so many things. If you have serotonin imbalance, if it is low, you can't lose weight. If it's too high, you can't lose weight. That's why it actually challenges us when someone comes to see us with depression. Depression screws metabolism, medications, they screw metabolism. Another reason that because I'm talking about the reasons for plateau. Overtraining syndrome. People, they exercise too much. Those are the one actually we call them in gyms, we call them gym rat. They are in the gyms all the time. Because when you develop overtraining syndrome, the body's gonna complain. See, overtraining syndrome usually comes from the fact that you didn't give enough time for the body to recover. Exercise without recovery leads to overtraining syndrome. And if you develop overtraining syndrome, it's gonna increase your stress hormone because the body's gonna complain, hey, what are you doing to me? Then you're gonna stop. Then you assume that maybe you are not exercising enough. So you create a cycle. Actually, this is another common reason that we see people to exercise too much. Another reason for plateau, no carb diet. You know, your weight doesn't go down for lots of reasons because you don't have the skills and knowledge to find the reasons, or your practitioners, they don't have the knowledge and skills. You cut down carb, and then you stop. People that come to me, there's no carb in my diet, I can't lose weight anymore. Then I tell, because there's no carb there. There is a famous saying in obesity medicine and sports medicine. We say fats burn in carbohydrate flame. So we're gonna give a little bit carbs to keep the flame going on, because without a small amount of carbs in the body, you cannot burn the fat. I don't wanna go to the biochemistry, but definitely we know the science behind. So no carb diet definitely is another reason that basically you can lose weight. Other reason would be that you are suffering from some sort of medical conditions that you are not aware of it. That's why when someone comes to me and I go through lots of my assessment, I can't find the reason, and I tell them, okay, you're gonna go see your family doctor, and sometimes I try to communicate with their practitioners because I have MD degree, they are basically can communicate with me easily. We check the hormones. Maybe you suffer from depression, you didn't know. Maybe you have diabetes, you don't know. Maybe you have hormonal imbalances. Maybe you have polycystic ovarian syndrome. Actually, I had, this is a true story, one of the testimonials in here. We had a lady, she wasn't losing weight at all, 160 pounds. Training 5, she follows my guidance word by word, nothing was happening. I said, something is not right. She said, what do you mean? I said, I'm not saying something is wrong, but I feel something is not right. And I listed 14 hormones. Can you go to your family doctor, ask them, this is my card, you can give this one to your family doctor, that, well, this person is helping to lose weight, but I can't lose weight, and he suggested this hormone to be checked. She said, well, I am healthy as a horse, why do you have to check my hormones? I said, I feel something is wrong. Hopefully your family doctor agreed to check those 14 hormones. And she called me, Abazar, one of them is 5 times higher. That was prolactin, hormone was 5 times higher. That is one of the hormones that messes up the metabolism. Actually, because when she said my prolactin 5 times higher, I know what's happening. There's something in here. I said maybe benign tumor, because she had Googled it already. But hopefully she ended up being with the final diagnosis of a cyst in pituitary gland. Cyst of a grade that pushing the pituitary gland, releasing basically prolactin into the blood. That's why her weight wasn't going down. So right now we know the reason, and you're gonna be like this, just exercise. Now we know the reason, there's nothing we could do. That's why when someone comes to us during breastfeeding period, because when a woman is breastfeeding her baby, prolactin hormone is high, we can have a challenge for weight loss. So hormonal, my point was this, sometimes they're suffering from hormonal imbalances they don't know. And another reason would be, as I said, medications, and other reason that I call lazy liver. This is a term I have created. You don't see it. You Google it, you're not going to find it. But someone has to create the term until after a while, people are going to start using it. And I call lazy liver. Lazy liver doesn't mean that you have liver disease. For example, lazy liver means that your liver is working, but not in the way we want. Because they had referred me a client with very bad pimples. She came with her husband. And they said, well, nothing is working. Dermatologists are frustrated. They have referred me to. After I questioned, I have the feeling that your liver is not functioning properly. And her husband said, there is nothing wrong with her liver. And I didn't know her husband. I said, how do you know? And he said, I am a practicing medical doctor in downtown Toronto. Oh my God, I didn't know. And I said, wait, you mean that her liver enzymes are within normal range? That doesn't mean at all that we don't have lazy liver. We're going to stimulate the enzyme complex in the liver. We call them cytochrome P450. I'm going to manipulate that enzyme. We see what happens. It is interesting. I want our viewers to know 27% of your basal metabolic rate, the calorie your body needs at rest, is consumed by your liver, 27%. Wow. That's a big number.
That is.
So if your liver is not functioning, even you are low calorie, your body is going to store. So out of, let's say 100% of your basal metabolic rate, 27% is consumed by the liver. So if you have lazy liver, your liver is not functioning properly, definitely you are not burning. 19% is consumed by the brain, 18% is consumed by the muscles, 10% is consumed by the kidneys, 9% by the heart, and the rest by other organs. My point was this: in terms of metabolism, liver is the most active one. That's why when we can't find any reason, there's no hormonal imbalance, everything is fine, to help someone lose weight, we tell them, hey, you're going to do liver detox. Because when we do liver detox, we try to basically stimulate the liver. I don't know that I answered the question for the causes of plateau.
No, definitely, definitely. I mean, that was very, very detailed, and thank you for that. Now, for weight loss, what factors do exist to determine a successful weight loss? What can we do to make our weight loss journey a success?
Okay, when you're dealing with someone for weight loss and obesity medicine, sometimes we are sort of a behavioral therapist as well. Lots of factors is going to come into play why someone is going to lose weight, why someone doesn't lose weight. I always say, imagine a triangle. I call them fitness triangle. One side we have sleeping, one side you have exercise, one side is your diet. Right amount of sleep, right exercise, right diet is gonna basically help you lose weight. Imagine you have a table with 3 legs. If you take away the one leg, the table is not going to stand on to others. So if your training is right, your diet is right, but you are not getting good sleep, we got a problem. If you are sleeping good, your training is good, but your diet is not there. So sleeping, eating, and training, we call them fitness triangle. However, you may have the right guidance, right amount of sleep, right training. Still, you can't lose weight. That's because that's something that I call MCD, motivation, commitment, discipline. See, when it comes to weight loss, motivation is the basically driving engine. If someone doesn't have motivation, you give them the best guidance, you put them with the best trainer, nothing is going to work. Actually, I had a young lady, 17 years old, 251 pounds. She said, I have no problem with my weight. My mom has forced me to come here. I call mom and I can't see your daughter anymore because she doesn't want to lose weight. So if someone mental is not there, nothing is going to work. That's why we say you have mental block. We have to remove that block first. So motivation is definitely the key. If you low motivation, nothing is going to work. Moderate level of motivation, for example, why are you here? Well, I am getting married in March 10. Well, this person is going to listen by March 10. Then after track, we want strong motivation for weight loss. I want to look good. My cholesterol level is high. My back hurts. High blood pressure. Is strong motivation. Other factor is commitment. That means, you have to make a commitment that I got to follow, whether you want it or not. I also get into discipline. But if you are not, there's no motivation there. Those people, they don't have commitment. They keep canceling their appointments. Move me to next week, move me the week after. Those people, they don't have discipline. Oh, I went there, my friend forced me to have, I don't know, some cake, some ice cream. So we need motivation, commitment, discipline, and right guidance. The last part is this, why people are basically, they fail in weight loss. Actually, we have close to 1,000 weight loss programs worldwide. Southbridge, Atkins, Alabama, Grapefruit, Apollo, Duquesne, Forkta, you name it, close to 1,000. Dropout rate is 4 out of 5. That means 80% of those people, they are trying to lose weight, 80% they quit in a month because they don't have MCD.
Wow.
Also imagine a circle. And at the center we have why. Second circle we have how. Another circle we have what. See, why, how, what. We're gonna go from inside out. Why do I have to listen to Dr. Kaviar? Why do I have to listen to Abazar? How I'm gonna do it? What is the result you're gonna get? We say we're gonna go from inside out. Why is the motivation? We say keep your why bigger, follow the process, you're gonna get a result sooner or later. But here's the problem. Lots of people, they do exactly opposite. They go from outside to inside, right? What, how, why. Those people, we call them results focused. They have seen us 1 or 2 weeks, they jump on a scale 10 times. Nothing's happening, nothing's happening. Because those people, we explain them that the weight loss is not easy to our experience, and fitness takes time because they don't get result as fast as they were expecting. They blame the process, they blame the nutrition, they blame the training, they lose the motivation. And those are the ones they're gonna end up being in yo-yo group. So right guidance and having right motivation, commitment, discipline, definitely these are the key factor that is going to tell if someone is going to have successful weight loss or not.
Well, Mr. Habibinia, the information that you provided are greatly insightful, especially even for me. I mean, there are a lot of points in here that we can discuss for hours and hours, but I know time is limited. So bottom line is what we need is first a proper mindset, proper guidance, and we have to stack the whys we want to keep our weight the healthy way so much that it outweighs all the negatives. And then once you have all the proper mindset, guidance, and then the results will be something that will be fruitful at the end. Now, for closing statements, if you have any fruits of wisdom that our listeners can use, go ahead, sir, and we will hopefully maybe connect with you sometime soon, because I'm sure that we will have way more questions than we have answers for.
Well, as I said, weight loss, obesity is something huge. As I said, if I come and talk in here 1 hour a day, I believe in 2 to 3 years, definitely we can. I don't know, there are lots in my mind, but the only thing I could say is this. This is when someone says guaranteed weight loss, you see a lot. Guaranteed weight loss, there's a guaranteed weight loss, run away from them. That is my final word, because there's nothing you can guarantee in science.
Wow.
Especially in weight loss. When someone says guaranteed weight loss, We're gonna do this, you're gonna get there, run away from them. That means they don't know the science. You know, people, they come to me, well, do you guarantee that I'm gonna lose 20 pounds in a month? And here's what I tell them. When you're going to buy a car from your dealer, if you ask your dealer, I'm buying a car from you, can you guarantee that I'm not gonna have an accident? Well, he's gonna go, well, I guarantee to give you a good car. Whether you are not gonna have an accident or not depends on you and the other drivers.
That's right.
I always say, I guarantee to give you the best guidance ever that you have never gotten, but how your body's gonna respond depends on you and how much you're gonna follow. So my point was this, those people, they say guaranteed weight loss, run away from them. And the last, there is another myth that in weight loss and fitness, they say, eat less, exercise more. This is dead for us, doesn't work. So eat less, exercise more. Maybe it's gonna work for a low percentage of people, but in general, doesn't work because we know the science behind.
Mr. Abazar Habibinia, thank you so very much for your time. I truly appreciate your time. And hopefully we can connect sometime in a perfect time. Next time we will dive into more conditions and we can involve our viewers. Thank you again.
Yeah, no problem. And hopefully we see you sometime again.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.